As always, first in the chat, rock on. Chris Radio and Life, howdy man. Jess, welcome to the chat. And Scott, my metal brother co-host, you joining us today. Everybody else, who else we got in there? Just finishing up dinner, sorry about that. Wayne in attendance, rock on. That's about everybody in our chat. What is going on? Throw the Tank Radio emote. You know how much I love our emote? It's so cool. Just gonna give it a little bit, another second or two here, while all the YouTube notifications go out. Because you don't know how long those take. Barbecue sauce in the house. Man, I've been using that sauce. I need to record a video before it's gone. I almost ate all your jalapenos. They were 2/3 gone the first week after Huntsville. They were so good. Yeah, let's go ahead and kick this guy off. I'm going to do the first thing that we do. Drop the mic level. And transition. Boom. What is going on, y'all? It is Awesome Sunday. Scott threw his headphones off because he doesn't get the mic drop. That is awesome. It is Sunday. It is my live stream time. It is going to be an awesome day. Get your questions ready. It's going to be an AMA episode, and that's Ask Me Anything. So let's kick this guy off with the intro. Quick shout out to all my Patreons who makes the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Tank Radio. Currently, the R-Finder 100-watt quick charging station is available over at Gigaparts. Use Tank at checkout to get an additional 5% off and help support the channel. Just look at that beauty. Look at it. Link in the description is below. Boom. I thought that one was actually longer. Yeah, Tank at checkout, Gigaparts, get 5% off, man. That is an awesome discount code. You don't need that ham-free thing that Jason's toting. But what is going on, y'all? It has been an awesome week. We've been having fun. Ham Radio, I've been editing. We got some great new announcements coming on. And like Ham Radio Tectonic said, why is that not? I got the chat overlay hidden. Bad me. There it is. Handmade Tectonic says, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps the channel. Let me do my quick rundown here. Thank you to all my supporters. Y'all are amazing. Y'all make this channel happen. Thank you to all my Patreons, and thank you to all my YouTube members. My YouTube members have that special little icon to the side of them. Y'all are getting up there. When I made those icons, I didn't think anyone was going to hit some of those top level tiers. And now I'm seeing the all the mid-level graphics coming in with the Ham Radio. That is awesome. That top level one, I think, like after a year or so, is the Tank Radio logo. I can't wait to see that. That is awesome. And the skipping that one because that's going to be talked about later. The Buy Me a Beer is now active as long as the super chats are active in the chat. So thank you to everyone who supports me and tosses me a super chat. I really do appreciate it. Tank Radio Challenge coins on sale. I just shipped one out this past Friday. Is great, man. These challenge coins are sold in Jason's hand radio store. The link is in the description below. And help support me and the channel. I'm getting to be a broken record on that. I'm finally slowing down. Scott, you should be proud of me. Shane is probably in the back clapping. He's like, "Yay!" Last note here, audio podcast. My audio podcast is on any audio podcaster app you have out there. Go ahead and search Tank Radio. There are 2 podcasts that are not on YouTube. I release a month. One of them is Texas Handball, and it's great with all the Texas YouTubers around. We get in a little room and talk shop, and what other topics come by, and we talk about mics, and we talked about cigars. We just talk about anything that's going on. Plus the beautiful weather we had going on here in Texas, man. I think that's it. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and spoil this now. Nope, that one. There we go. Boom. The whiskey tumblers. I got everything I need for shipping. It is. I have the first 2 packages packaged up. I just need to get down to the mail, the UPS when they're open to drop them off. I don't trust the chute because they're glass. Look at those boxes; those are awesome. And I'm going to do the first two chest shipments this week. So I'm waiting to see how those go through the mail before I pack the rest of them up and get them sent out. I want to make sure they get to you in one piece. But look, I even have glass fragile stickers on there. That's just how much I love y'all and y'all support. Look at that. I can't wait to get these out and see pictures. When you get them, put pictures on Twitter if they're in one piece. I'm hoping they're in one piece. They will be in one piece. You know how much bubble wrap and paper that I have been just fretting about over these past weeks and trying to get this going, but I can't wait to get these in y'all's hands. All right, without further ado, I'm going to bring on my co-host, my partner in crime, my other metal brother, Scott. What is going on,
I'm
man?
Radio for Non-Techies. Doesn't roll off the tongue the same. That doesn't work.
What is up, man?
Not much. You're putting a lot of faith in the U.S. Postal Service to deliver those things in one piece.
Hey, well,
Might be some assembly required, you know.
well, they first shipped me. I know most of y'all know about this. UPS broke every single tumbler. 36 tumblers was shipped, and all 36 were broken. Like,
Wow.
oh, just so disheartening. The box, I got a picture of it. It was literally half size. I don't know what that they did to that, but
Don't you hate when they kickbox your stuff all the way down to your address?
yeah, well, that's UPS. You think UPS would have been
Yeah.
better than that?
It kind of revolves. I've had FedEx break stuff. I've had UPS. I've had post office. Of course, is the worst. But yeah, you just gotta pick your battles and go roll with it.
Loin says, Home Depot bubble wrap. Well, if we go back to the promo pictures here, Scott, I don't have you on this, but when there it is, the Home Depot orange. I got the Home Depot orange, so that is for one bubble wrap I picked up. I mean, I bought bubble wrap first. This should be enough. Sat down. I was like, okay, I have 17 orders I need to fill, and each order has 2 whiskey glasses. And I did a test wrap. I want to go around twice, and that's 26 inches. And I'm going to do them 3.5 inches tall, and at a 1-foot sheet, I should be having 3 rows. 26 times this, do this, do this. I need this much in feet long. And I looked how much I bought. I bought a third of that. It's like, dang! So I had to take
That's
that
more
back.
math than I used to build an antenna, man. Come on.
I had to take that back, and I got those in, then I got the boxes in, and I did a kind of test fitting with the boxes, and the boxes were too big. I'm like, oh no. Oh no, this is there's too much room. Then I call Euroline. I got the boxes from, and I called them. They're like, yeah, we're happy to take them back and refund you, or just move that to a next order. But you're gonna have to pay shipping both ways. I was like, oh, and that would have been another $20. I was like, maybe I can make this work. I could put another the bigger bubble wrap. Let's do some layers of the bigger bubble wrap. So I did more math on that. If we can I stop the picture? I don't know. That note paper I put down there is all my math. Like there is rows on rows of math and how much bubble wrap I need, and I just
Somebody
I
made a comment in the thing here. They
mhm.
missed out on getting the tumblers. Are you gonna do a second run of those down the road?
I don't know right now. They were a one time item, and the pre order was up for a month and a half.
Ah,
And we'll see how these go and how much of stress and headache shipping all this out myself go. I would like to find if I could find a distributor that will drop ship these for me. I would do that in a heartbeat. And I'll bring them back. I would like to do another pre-order item. I'm kind of talking to Gigapart, see if they are they price give me good prices for. I'm looking at boonie hats right now. I know that's going to make Don happy, and he's not even here.
yeah,
Um,
which is amazing. 'Cause he's almost at every live stream, isn't he?
UPS means throw underhanded.
You know, uh, if you could find somebody who had like a one of those sticker cutters, a little vinyl
hmm
cutters that does thing, make your logo on that, make a bunch of those, stick them on the glasses. You can go down to like one of the hobby stores like Hobby Lobby or Michael's and
hmm
pick up that glass etching spray. You
Mm.
spritz it, make your own, peel the sticker off, and your image is left on the glass.
I got
That way
one.
you're your own maker and your own distributor.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to find someone to do it for me. Here is one glass right here. I got for the camera.
Cool.
I'm hoping I don't need it. I got a couple extra just in case one or two break during shipping. Um, but I can't wait to get these out. And yesterday, so I cut templates. I measured everything, and for the measurements I need, I have 4 templates of every cut of bubble wrap I need.
Hmm.
And yesterday I went in the back porch and I just rolled the bubble wrap out on a piece of plywood and got a razor blade. And I just started cutting. And oh, that's so easy now. Template down, cut. Template down, cut. Template down, cut. All right, this template needs to be cut in half. Here's scissors. Got those done. And I'm keeping tallies on how much I need. But again, the first 2 orders are going to go out Monday. Monday. Ooh, that's coming up. I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Um, but I'm going to try to get him in the post office tomorrow. I haven't even had whiskey on stream yet. I have been drinking today, but um, Sundays before this stream, I go down to my local cigar bar, and they play Jackbox games.
Okay.
Oh my god, they are so off the wall. It's hilarious. Um, I might have
What's
had a
your
few glasses there.
what's your libation of choice tonight?
I just pulled some Four Roses.
Oh, okay. That's a
It,
good.
there's
That's your go-to.
it is my go-to. And also with whiskey, once you get down the halfway point, it starts aging much faster. So I have another one here from Huntsville. It's just kind of much at that halfway point.
Is that Heaven Hill?
Yes.
Oh, you better hold on to that. Those are hard to find.
Yes, I
I
know.
can't get that here. There's a waiting list to get that. Yeah, the bottled and
Bottled and bonded Heaven Hills.
100
Uh,
proof.
it is yes, sir. 100 proof, 50% whiskey, Kentucky straight bourbon. Bourbon is 7 years old. Unlike scotches. Scotch is the most of the majority of the alcohol and liquor they poured into scotches, because scotches are blends, is the oldest in there. That's what year they put it on the bottle. So it's usually the
Hmm.
oldest. If they have a younger whiskey or not whiskey, scotch, a younger scotch that's more in majority in the volume, then that age has to be printed on the bottle.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Sometimes you're getting very old whiskey or scotches in those scotches, but they keep blending from different years to get the flavor profile they like. Also, that's why Four Roses has a lot of consistency because this is also four bourbons blended together.
Okay.
So when they say Four Roses single barrel, I don't know what they're meaning because usually the word single barrel is all out of the same barrel. So if you're
Yep.
doing a blend,
Usually.
how does that work?
Well, it might not be a blend. It might just be a single barrel, and
Mm-hmm.
not everybody blends everything. Sometimes they just
Mm-hmm.
release, some stuff. If I have to drink scotch, though, I'm generally in the Balvenie 12-year Doublewood is my
Mm-hmm.
go-to.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I do like Macallan 12 or Macallan 18.
I stay away from peaty scotches. I do not like a peaty scotch.
You like smoky scotches?
I think so. Majority I have stayed away from scotches.
Mm.
The peaty scotches have just kind of not scared, but turned me off from them, and I need to go back and revisit them. But a friend of mine, I haven't seen him in a while, has been getting into tequilas. And
Yes.
those higher end of tequilas are
Yes.
amazing, which I was like, oh, tequila, margarita, white people drink. The but when he's like, no, no, get away from the white stuff, go to the golden and what's the technical word? Blancas? No, Blancas white.
Blanco, yeah, Blanco, Reposado, Anejo, and Extra Anejo.
Añejo, Añejos and up are amazing. I was like, all right, I'll try this. And the different notes, I was surprised by all the different notes on there. And you can actually taste the agave fruit, and it was a little bit of fruity. Then you got the smoothness that comes with aging in a barrel. And that was very interesting.
Try try the Addictivo line.
Mm-hmm.
That will blow your mind.
45 auto. My drink of choice tonight is cherry Kool-Aid.
Cherry Kool-Aid. Now
It's
the Addictivo, I've got a client of mine that was talking to the other night. I was calling up, wish him a happy birthday, and we got to talk about discussions about. He's like, "Yeah, no, I told him to start drinking tequila." I was like, "Yeah, yeah." So I tried to tell him about the tequilas I've got. They're all sipping tequilas. He's like,
mm-hmm.
"So I can come over and try one of those? You're gonna make a margarita?" Like, I'm not making a margarita with a nice tequila. You're gonna drink it like an old bourbon. He's like, "Oh, really?" It's like, "Yeah, dude."
People don't think of tequilas as sipping when they
Yeah,
and
because
and
everybody's used
and
to that swill known as Cuervo. You
mm-hmm.
know?
And saloon douche
Yeah.
or salutes. It's been a while since I drank down there. Hey, we checked off the first thing on my checklist: whiskey tumblers. This is an AMA tonight, so if you have any questions, just type question in the chat and it'll be highlighted, and we will try to get to them all. I see Wild Radio is in the house, my biggest fan. Welcome
Hey, hey,
back.
hey.
Love seeing you in the chat. You are amazing. Gotta take a sip of water. I ate literally right before the stream because I missed out cooking, and I got a little something in the back of my throat. Still.
You wash it down with enough liquor, it should get rid of it. You
That's
got
what
to
I'm hoping.
dislodge it somehow, right?
That's what I'm hoping. Oh, segue. As the the weather's changing here, and it's finally getting cooler for fall coming up, and I can't wait to start doing more shack updates. That means working outside. I still got to go outside and finish something up on the roof. We did. Me and my brother mounted the antenna mount up there, and it's on my chimney already. I got the video recorded. I'm kind of sitting on it so I can start releasing it in the series. But since it's cooler outside, I am going to try to get all my ham fan up here and around Texas to come up and help me with the shack install on the outside. That includes running the ground wire, which is going to be the biggest one. Got to run it all the way around the house. We have great ideas. We did a topic before. No, that was my question on the fifth Sunday over on the Reds channel of how do I run these ground rods in Texas. They
Hmm.
found this cool, that the hammer, it's a circular hammer, a rotating
Hammer
hammer
drill.
drill. Yeah, yeah,
Hammer
yeah.
drill?
Then there's a piece that you equipped on there that you can put a grounding rod in and just all the way into the ground. I was like, yes, I knew something existed because I ain't gonna hammer it all the
That's
way
what I
down.
did. That's what I did 3 times.
Hmm.
Lots of cussing. Yeah, because
Um,
the first couple of feet it's okay.
yeah.
Then the ground starts getting stiffer and tighter. And you're just wailing on the thing like Thor with the hammer.
And it's going nowhere.
Yeah, it goes like a quarter inch.
hmm
Yep.
So I hope this is going to work much better. Um, Douglas is asking, what kind of lightning protection do you recommend for antennas, surge protectors, or antennas the same? Um, I have right in front of me because I got a lot of the parts already. This is a polyphase lightning arrestor, and I could talk like these work. My stepdad, it's hard to see here on camera. Let's just show the box. There we go. The box is right there, polyphase. These work. My stepdad had a near lightning strike, and it had enough static electricity that the antenna literally fell off and exploded off the mouse. We see scorch marks. But he had a inline polyphase at the base of his antenna, which popped, and the lightning did not go anywhere into the house. It didn't go any further. He had his radio plugged in because he was kind of away at the time, and nothing went through the radio and affected anything else. So I'm going to say these work very well. I told him he needs to go and buy a new element for inside because they burn up. These are pretty much can be multi-use, but if you get a close enough lightning strike, single use, you don't have to replace it all. There is a little, I think, screw cap. You unscrew it like a fuse. You pull that element out, you put a new one in, and it is good to go again. I'm planning to have these twice in line. For the big HF antenna, it's going to be one at the antenna base, then an additional one before it comes into the house. I think that additional one is a little too much. It's not needed, but I wanted to have another path to ground coming out of the house into the common ground system. So that's why I'm thinking two on the same line. I don't think the second one's going to do much other than act as a common ground and help it be a part of the common ground for the whole house. So that is what I am planning. Um, and I'm thinking also about crafting a homemade fan dipole for my main antenna. So I could get resonant on at least 40, 2017, and probably 10. 6 would be awesome if I could figure it out.
40 should give you 15.
Yeah, I know there's harmonics in there, but those I'm just going over the bands I want. If I get a 40 element, that would give me 20 and 10, I think, offhand. 17 would be awesome to have, and a 10 element, maybe a 6. If I have enough space, 80 meters.
80-meter dipole.
Yeah. That's not gonna happen. It's not
Have
gonna
fun with
happen.
that. Have fun
Yeah.
with that.
I,
Also,
I
mind running wire to your neighbor's trees halfway down the block.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering if I have enough space for even the 40. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to put that on my fence line, and I'm going to have to cut um, um, a path underground for it so the mowers don't get into it. I'm going to bury a line. I'm going to do probably a 4-inch conduit underneath the ground so I can snake in more antenna wire later. So
Probably a good idea.
that is the main points of that system. Scrolling back up here.
I was going to ask you if you plan on burying your coax and how you're going to do that. You can get a
Mhm.
little trencher, or just have a bunch of guys out there just trenching it by hand.
I think I am going to see if I can. I'm going to rent the circular hammer drill thing,
Right.
and I'm going to maybe rent the trencher, which I'm going to have to be careful for because there's already a sprinkler line back there. And I'm only cutting across the yard, so I kind of know where the sprinkler line is. So it shouldn't be too bad.
Go get some orange marking spray can
hmm
paint and spray a line where you want that trench to be.
hmm
But you go out there and plan it ahead of time. Bring a little stick,
Yeah,
stab the ground, make sure you're not hitting anything that's existing, like
straight
power
from the
lines.
fence line right to the house,
Yep.
next to the chimney, and that's where it's going to be. On the coax, I'm going to have it right probably on the top of the fence rail after that, so it's out of the ground, and no one's going to do anything with it. Someone's questioning about how the hammer drill will work with rocks. I don't know. I hope it will power through it like a boss and break it. There's a lot of rocks here in Texas, along with clay. That's what we're known for. This is a question I still have. So I'm gonna run all the coax cable through the roof, drop it down the sidewall, and I need a conduit box or a patch panel. Yeah, let's go with patch panel through the wall. I'm thinking of a metal sheet that I just pretty much screwed into the wall, make it look somewhat nice, and then running little patches, UHF, VHF, or UHF connectors through it.
SO239s.
Yes, perfect. I
Go
don't know
look
what
at
those
what.
patch panels are though.
Go look up on DX Commander's channel. He did a thing a while back where he was running multiple antennas back to a patch panel like that. And he had some cool little thing he did. I think he fabricated something out of it. He took like a certain type of box and made it into a patch panel for all that, and then ran the cables into his house.
That's what I'm looking for. The inside of the house. When they come, so that's going to be on the interior wall out to the radio desk, so I can
Mhm.
just plug in nicely, bloop, and there's going to be a patch for each of my antennas out there. I'm thinking I'm going to have three HF runs downstairs, one to the permanent. Um, one to the permanent HF antenna. Then I'm going to have two auxiliaries at the lower part of the house so I can set up an antenna temporarily, run it to the auxiliary port. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this new baby does. Then I jump inside and I don't have to worry about running anything else. It's just there. But I am going to be that. I think that's right. I'm going to do that. Ham Radio Tectonic says he just did a video on that. Let's see if we can pull that up real fast. Scott, can you find that or link that? Let's see here. Who can
What's that?
find it first? Ham Radio Tectonics just did a video on patch panels.
Go find it.
It is a race. Tectonics. You guys a throwaway. Do I have a zoom? Not set up. Wasn't set up for Chrome today. Boom. Look at that. Producing.
I saw the coax entry for overland travel.
Mm-hmm. He has Bill on his channel. What? Oh, that is Bill. I sometimes forget who has what channel. I'm sorry, Bill. You are amazing, man. I know, right? Bill's amazing. Have you met Bill?
I have not.
Oh man, he is a hoot to hang out with. Look at that overland vehicle he has in the background there. What? So, if you have any ideas on patch panels, hit me up in Discord. Link me there, and I want to do that nicely into the Ham Radio Shack. That was the only kind of open question I had on the patch panels. Keep the questions coming. Keep the questions coming. The next thing on my list is the whole section is titled "Look Ahead." So tomorrow, I have my civic duty came in the mail.
Huh.
I got jury duty. I wonder if they'll let me take a ham radio. Bring the R finder. If they have me
Yeah,
turn in my
probably
phone. It's not a phone. It's a radio. That also has the internet and everything else on it.
So you're gonna stick around for that, or you're gonna try and get out of it?
I don't know. I already served once on a little panel. And I don't know. On one hand, I want to do it because I'm hoping it's going to be an interesting case. On the other hand, it's probably going to be traffic court again. That was my last time I had to serve, and they actually got selected to be on the jury itself. It was 4 or 5 years ago now. I couldn't get out of it. I was like, I was already on a jury. When was that? I don't know. Nope. Then you still have to serve. Dang it. So I got to drive all the way to Fort Worth. That's why I'm hoping
Mm,
Monday I actually have time to go out to the USPS store to drop off the all the packages.
mm.
They did have a mailing slot in my mail office, but one of those, big levers. It says for packages, put them here, and you pull down this thing. And I was like, man, this is a 4 foot drop on its own. I don't want to get them broken off the bat. I'll hand them to someone. Ugh. But that's why I'm hoping it'll be. Um, any other questions so far? I haven't seen any in the chat here.
I have not.
Awesome.
Tell you what, though, when I get a jury summons, they ask that, 'cause I got better things to do with my time. I'm running businesses and all kinds of stuff, and sitting there because some idiot did something stupid is not really a good use of my time.
Mm-hmm.
So I come around and ask you a question like, so if you're in this situation, something like this happened, what would you do? Execution.
Straight up.
Straight up. Give them
Death
that look.
sentence.
Have a little
Um,
crazy in your eye there, and they'll oh, you're dismissed.
what was the question I laughed? Oh, it was worded this way. What is your relationship? What is your relationship with alcohol? I put we're besties.
Yeah. We love each other.
I'm a social drinker. I drink when my friends are around. They just happen to be around all the time.
I have my friends around all the time, Jack Daniels and Jim Beam, and they all come and hang out quite often.
um, coming up on the calendar, this month or next month, in October, is the eclipse, and this is going to be the angular eclipse, not a total eclipse. I would like to try to do something, and Jason and I toyed with the idea, but nothing's come to fruition yet.
That the one for April of next year you talked about?
No, this one is in October this year. So
Oh,
the
because there's a full eclipse that's coming in April that a lot of people want to try and
mhm.
do some radio stuff with that.
Yep, that is the total eclipse in April of next year. And I think it's the first weekend of April. But this year is an angular eclipse. An angular eclipse is not the complete block out of the sun, but the moon will move in front of the sun. But due to distances, I think it's closer to the sun than the earth, and it's not going to do a complete block out. So you will see a ring around it, a ring of fire. So that means you can't take your glasses off. You gotta keep them on. I was trying. One of my goals were, and I use goals loosely, is to set up a EME antenna and do EME during the angular eclipse. I've just been too busy for that. I
Hmm,
wanted to do that so bad. Um, do EME during eclipse? How cool will that be?
pretty awesome.
Oh, I might try it for next year. Oh shoot, man, that's still only half a year away. I got to get my
Yeah,
butt in motion.
yeah.
Um,
Six, maybe a little over 6 months now until
hmm
that's ready to
I
roll.
don't think the arrow. I was going to gesture to the arrow antenna, but it's downstairs. I was talking about it. It's going to be up in the up and coming video next Monday. Um, renewing my interest in satellite radios, and I went over the basic concepts for satellite radios, and that's coming up, which is pretty much a rundown of everything I know about satellite communications. Uh,
I still really want to get into satellite communications, at least try it out. Um, I want to be set up for both linear and FM satellites. The problem, like I said before, numerous times, is that to get up set up for linear, I got to spend quite a bit more money to get two identical radios or something like have something for the upstream and something for the downstream.
or
Um,
or the 79 no 9700 by
yeah,
ICOM.
yeah, because I want a 7900, 9700 strapped around my neck while I'm outside with an antenna.
Hmm.
I'd rather just get like two 818s or whatever they were suggesting to get for those things and do that, but
Or
it's
I
not
think
the
the
same price.
ICOM 705 does single sideband, but you're limited to wattage at that point.
Well, I can only imagine you need a whole lot of wattage you're pointing up in the sky.
Well, you're going to the Earth and back, man. You need a strong antenna and all the watts you can get for the
Eh,
moon and back. But I really wanted to do that. I just need someone to I know that does metal fabricating so I can build that antenna. Because we're talking at least 10 to 15 elements on 2 meter.
You
Because
plan on welding the whole thing together or what?
welding, or just some metal equipment to drill holes and get them right. I don't know if you can do it with arrow shafts. Why can't you do it with arrow shafts? Then you just buy a 1 inch or a half-inch metal bar, and then call Adam, and be like, I need these many elements, and he
Well,
will
I
cut
actually
them for you.
pieced together. I actually pieced together what it would cost to build your own arrow antenna,
Mm-hmm.
and to go and get the arrows, the little fixtures, the little pieces they put into the square
Mm-hmm.
handle rod,
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff, all the wiring, everything came out to about $1 less than what it costs just to buy one from him.
Really?
Yeah,
So he's doing it,
There's no savings in building your own. He's got them down perfectly priced.
and but he's probably doing them at quantity
Oh
and no
yeah,
mass to make that profit.
yeah,
Plus, that's just the basic elements.
yep.
He has an option for the duplexer that's built inside of them.
Yeah,
So you
well,
can
I was including the diplexer.
okay. Um, I or how about the elk antenna? The elk antenna is pretty cool. It's a logarithmic antenna that you can do 2 meters and 440 only with a couple elements. Unlike the arrow, the two bands are separated and their own polarization because they're mounted 90 degrees from each other. The
Right.
elk has a special logarithmic antenna where it has the three elements, but it can do both.
Hmm,
Centimeters, I hate this word. 440 and also 2 meter.
that's pretty cool.
And it's much lighter because you're only holding one. That's what Bill uses on all his setups and or satellite activation, and um, Robert.
Hmm.
Robert has it, and that's what we radiated Carlos on when he's jumping.
Yeah, I mean, as far as building your own antenna, you don't really need a metal fabricator. You just need to have a good chop saw with
Hmm.
the proper blade that can cut. I mean, if you're going to make it out of aluminum, that'd probably be better. It'd be a lot easier to cut. But any chop saw, the decent metal cutting blade should get your pieces cut exactly where you need them. It's just a matter of how you're going to fasten. You're going to bolt them on, or
Hmm.
you use little clamps, or you're going to actually weld them.
Yeah, since I'm going to try to keep it somewhat portable. Portable as in breaks down so I can fit it in my vehicle.
Okay,
Um,
so aluminum and clamps.
yeah, yeah, and I don't know how to do the arrow shafts like Adam does. So he has a clamp utility that you cut the arrow shaft, put in this little bead insert, and then it clamps around it so that doesn't go anywhere. And you have the threads in the side so you can screw it in and to
Huh.
each other. I know
Might be
this.
worth asking to see if he can give you secrets.
Yeah. I know this because Adam has made me a replacement element that me and Jason lost on a trip somewhere. And it
Hmm.
had to be one of the elements, the last element in there, what is, it's not the reflector, it's the last element, the smaller one in the Yagi. Forgot what his name. The focuser? The chat will tell us in a second.
Yeah.
Because you got the reflector, you got the driver, and then the last one in the chain, the shorter one, I forgot what it's
I
named.
don't get me lying to you. I don't know.
We're talking about. Oh, that's funny. But yep.
Um,
Even if I don't, I probably won't have all this ready for the angular eclipse coming up in a month now. I still want to find somewhere to go out and play radio, probably before the eclipse event. And then I sit back and admire it because these things are, I'm gonna say, once in a lifetime experiences.
yeah.
Like to
Well, the
see the
next one.
moon disappear, and just by fluke, we have it where it goes through Texas. That's super rare. Um, the I did see one of these before. I flew up to St. Louis by myself before I was really big in amateur radio or YouTube, and I attended a eclipse party where it was a total eclipse, and that was so amazing, so cool. If you have the chance, go out and see the total eclipse coming up in April.
You know, well, the coolest thing I ever saw during an eclipse. It's a little off topic, but
Mm-hmm.
there was a lunar eclipse. I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago, or solar eclipse, full solar eclipse, and there was a music festival that was designed around that event.
Director was the element. Ham radio. Yeah. Ham radio wonder. Wildness. I swear I haven't been drinking that much today. I just can't talk. Frank, thank you very much. Kilo Golf 6 November Lima Whiskey. See, I can read those. That's second nature. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But there was a music festival based around this solar eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
And just about 1 minute before the sun was eclipsed by the moon, Ozzy Osbourne came out and did Bark at the Moon.
Wow.
And by the time he hit the chorus, it was at full solar eclipse.
Oh, that's cool.
It was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's awesome.
Actually, you can look it up on YouTube.
Hmm.
Do Ozzy solar eclipse. It's ridiculous.
I will have to look at that after the stream. If I pull that up now, since you're coming through the desktop audio, we'll play there. Copyright. No, I went to a eclipse viewing party where they had scientists and people there to explain what's actually going on and the physics behind it. And I love that so much because it was just not us sitting around and we saw that. They explained what's going on, the science, and some cool, nifty things that you will experience during the eclipse. And it was so cool, so cool.
That's very slick. Yeah, I know down here, the park that I go to for my podogs that's right by the house is Brazos Bend State Park.
Mm-hmm.
And inside that park is the George Observatory. Ooh. So I know whenever they have major astronomical events, then they bring people out there and they have all kinds of stuff going on, little event things they'll do there. And they'll have people come out and look at the telescope and they'll, you can go out there at night and they'll do stuff. They have like a ham radio night where they do something with EME, I think, something like that.
Mm.
I want to get down there and check that out and participate in some of that stuff. I just haven't gotten a chance to do so yet.
Video ideas.
Yeah.
Lucky being that close to NASA. It's just down the street from you, man. Next thing up on my list is talking about Fredericksburg. We have been talking about going to Fredericksburg for the Support Your Park weekends coming up. Right now, I am a solid maybe. Something might come up. It probably will come up for my search and rescue group. Some training I need to do, and just it's only offered in a limited amount of time, and that's when it happened to fall, unfortunately. So I am a hard maybe at Fredericksburg. I think Jason might said he would be out coming up. I'm not going to speak for him, but man, I was really looking forward to going down to Fredericksburg for Fort Your Park this year. It's just not.
Why not go?
I got the training. I need to get this training done. It's for the search and rescue group, and I need to get recertified. This is once every 3 years. It just happened to fall on that weekend. Oh well, but that's
not the end of the
important
world.
to me.
The nice thing about Support Your Parks weekend is we have them twice a year.
No, it's once a quarter.
Once a quarter. That's even better.
Support Your Parks is once a quarter. Plaque weekend is once a year.
Okay.
Yeah. But Support Your Parks is every quarter. And see if I can pull that up. POTA Support Your Parks. Their calendar. Here we go. Switch again. It's on the third weekend of January, April, July, and October.
Okay.
And the other reason why we were looking to go into Fredericksburg is right around Oktoberfest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was
like hams need a reason to drink. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Watch some of the comments I get about field day videos when we're smoking cigars and drinking whiskey.
Hey, it makes you happy. Who gives a crap what anybody else thinks?
Mm-hmm. It was. I thought the comment was fun. I almost send it over to Mike and be like, "This needs to be a next sad ham comments."
I'm sure he would do it justice. He's pretty good at those.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I loved it so much. He read in one of my comments, which I was kind of goading him a little bit, but it was a true question of in FT8 why are grid squares so important and they're a pain in the butt to update.
Mm-hmm.
And the grid squares are for some people. Like to do grid square hunting. I honestly, in the comment, I jokingly said my grid square is TNK for Tank 117, which you can't have that in your grid square. I think you have TK 117. But
Well,
mine,
but if you do that, you negate the person who made the QSO with you on FT8.
yes, but when I go to different parks to run FT8 on, I don't know what grid square I'm at. So
Well,
I,
it should if when you fill out the park that you're in,
mm-hmm,
it should autofill if you're using hammers. If you're not using hammers, you need to be using hammers. That's HAMRS.
uh-huh.
When you put in your park, it should automatically populate the next space down there, showing you what your grid square is for that park.
Yes, but then you need to translate that into WSJTX. Go into your settings next to your call sign, put in your current grid square. Or if you have a
I can't
GPS,
imagine that being that too difficult to do, though.
if you have a GPS hooked up to your computer, there's a way to have it auto update for you.
That's even
Um,
better.
this is Hammers. Everything you
Yes.
need for logging, man.
Yep.
Great piece of logging software. We'll
Fantastic.
talking about logging. I have 3 logs I need to upload. Sorry, guys.
Slacking off there, man.
I am slacking off. Hammers also works for iOS and oh, there's an app. Frank says. Let me transition one more time. That works on the iPhone that tells you what your grid square is. Cool. But I have Android, the correct phone. So I need one for Android. On POTA descriptions by the park lat long, there's usually a grid square, Wayne says. I did not know that. Let me sign in and we'll go ahead and see if that's correct. I bet he's right. That profile. Okay, so here is me. We'll go under my activations, go to my park. We got the Latin long. Oh, look, there it is.
Almost as if it was done by
EM12OM.
witches.
Yeah, look at that. I learned something else today. Well, that makes it easy. I can't say that it's a pain in the butt to go look up because I got to go to this page anyways to figure out the park number. So, all right. Well, I'll
Problem
fix
solved,
my
right?
grid square now. Thanks, Wayne.
I just
Oh,
got to be
man.
back. I think didn't when you asked that question, didn't Mike show you how to make that change in WSJTX?
Oh, yeah. I knew how to make the change. I just didn't know how to pull up the grid square, and it was annoying.
So we were
Oh,
kind of laughing when he's like,
wild. I'm
Hank,
sorry.
his
There we
own.
go. So we got the Latin long. I thought I transitioned Latin long, and right next to it, the your grid square.
Oh yeah.
Thought I transitioned. I am sorry. Andy says Ham Finder app. That's probably will work. I will test that out and tweet about it later. But it's right on the park information page. I love that.
Somebody did make a good point in the chat here that you got to be careful some of the larger parks that might cross grid squares depending on what park you're on. So that's something to consider and think about.
Great point. Because some parks are large. We're looking at going to Yellowstone. That's probably numerous grid squares. And some parks are like really long, and especially trails. That's where I was going with trails. Trails has one destination point on the map, but it's anywhere along the trail that is accepted. And trails go through states. The Appalachian trails, almost up and down the entire East Coast, Maine to Alabama. You were saying something? It sounded like you're all right. You mouthed something. I was like, did your sound drop? Yeah, Maine to Alabama, and that's only pointed once. And let's see if we can find it. Oh crap! I gotta spell Appalachian. Appalachian Trail. Maybe it will give it to me. Why is it not searching?
Speaking of Appalachia, Appalachia has a relationship to moonshiners. And we recently this week lost a very good moonshiner and ham radio operator. Jim Tom Hedrick from the show Moonshiners passed away on Wednesday, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday. And he was a ham operator. I was actually trying to get a hold of him a couple times because he does operate up in his. He's got a little shack or had a little shack up in the
I
mountains
didn't
up.
know he was a ham radio operator.
And radio operator did a little tour of his house. Like, I got all these radios in here. He's just showing all these radios. He's got his ham radio. I looked him up and I found his call sign. I can't recall it right now, but yeah, Jim Tom Hedrick was a moonshiner and a ham radio operator. Now he's a silent key.
Oh, that's sad. I don't know how to transition from that, but uh, the Appalachian Trail, just pointing out the trails, the location is across all these states. I'm not even going to be trying to begin to read them tonight. And there's only one grid square. So,
That's interesting. How would that?
well, they have probably the grid square and lat and long of the trailhead, a single point.
Yeah,
Because
no,
they can't mark where the boundaries are. That's just going to be endless database work.
right.
So it's up to you to figure out where the boundaries are, and then you just get your geolocation and feed it into the grid square tracker, and it'll tell you what the grid square
Kind of
is.
grab a backpack and a little battery, your solar setup stuff. Just go walk the Appalachian Trail and just make contacts all the way up, like start from the beginning point to the ending point,
Hmm.
and do over a couple of weeks or a couple of months, whatever it takes to run the whole trail.
That would
But
be
sit
awesome.
the whole time. That'd be
It
kind
does take most people 3 to 4 months to walk it.
of,
The average person. Now you got trailheads out there that are trying to do the whole trail in a month, but
you
crazy
miss
people.
you miss all the beauty and scenery doing it that way though.
Yep. Well, these are crazy people. Adam will probably do it in 2 weeks. Um, Wayne says here, my GPS dongle gives him the grid square when I am physically am in the park. Oh,
Hmm.
he's doing it on the Evolve running Linux.
Okay.
So my last question here is, should I get another bad whiskey to drink for super chats? Now, the other one, which we finally polished off, was given to me by my dad out of love. He thought it was to be a good bottle of whiskey. But should I go and get like something like pickle beer, or it can't be
Oh,
pickle beer? Get another some type of poison. What do y'all think it should be? Wait 40 seconds for the chat to roll in.
I
That
wanted to thank Brady for giving us Jim Tom's
call sign?
call Kilo Sierra 4 Yankee Delta.
Let me scroll up and see if I can highlight. There it is. Oh, I did not know he's a ham.
Yep.
I'm kind of sad now.
I always try to look up. If there's certain celebrities I kind of like and stuff, I'll go look and see if they have a ham radio operator license, something like that, so I can maybe make a contact with them down the road. I live by the drummer from ZZ Top, lives in my neighborhood, and
What?
yeah, old Frank Baird,
You're gonna have to show me his house next time around.
massive. He likes to play glow in the dark golf at night.
Ah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wayne said he liked the weird faces I make. Pickle whiskey, is that a thing?
God, I hope not.
All right, we're going to Google this together here.
Because it could be worse. It could be bubblegum whiskey.
Pickle beer whiskey. Oh my God, that's a thing.
Of course it is.
Spicy pickle whiskey flavor. Texas Craft sour pickle vodka. No, I won't do pickle vodka. Rye. I don't like ryes.
I'd
I
make
can't but think that's a thing. I'm gonna if I can find it in specs, it'll probably be this pickle whiskey. Kevin loves me. Save your gut. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
It's like Total Wine carries a lot of that crap.
Mm-hmm. Oh, why on this screen the chat overlay is turned off? There we go. Wild hogs, get something you enjoy, but the point of it's to drink it. And if I enjoy it, I'll still be drinking it throughout the stream. Like this Four Roses.
Yeah. I blame California for a lot of things, dude.
uh,
Not just pickles. Oh man.
eat M&Ms for each donation. Yeah, that's not on the keto diet.
Yeah, see, he said get some moonshine, man.
Yeah,
L4 TDA.
that would definitely put me on my butt for a Jason stream.
Ah, but you won't have a hangover in the morning.
Right. Especially I got to go to court tomorrow.
Then you want to double up on it. Hey, you show up there half crocked, like, nah, you're good. You're excused.
All right, all right. So there is a specs by me. That's not my zip code. But let's just type it in here. Pickle whiskey. I really did not mean the stream to be about alcohol, but that's what we got. No pickle whiskey in my specs. Oh, Total
Yes.
Wine.
I'm not going to say it.
What, man? What?
Because that particular specs must be run by a respectable person that doesn't want
Probably.
pickles on their shelves. Pickles belong on hamburgers.
It's in Total Wine. Oh no. All right, let me transition, and I'm gonna put my zip code in here. Add blue. Spice.
You have a Total Wine nearby?
Yes, it's by the cigar bar. Is it by me? Country Canada makes it. Go figs. I don't see. Oh, it can be ready as fast as 2 hours. So, hold on, check availability. No, I don't want availability. Just tell me it's in stock. All right, I'm gonna have to take it that it's probably in stock. Well, so I'm gonna report back. I'll tweet it out if I find it after my jury duty. Where are you going after jury duty? Total Wine. I gotta buy pickle whiskey. Don't ask.
I mean, I guess you want something that bad, you know.
Other than that, that's my list. Everything. There's great stuff coming up in the channel. I am actually happy that there's no Hamfest coming up until Orlando. We got 4 months to just relax. What?
Belton.
I might skip it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta see how it falls in. I got a lot of search and rescue training that I've been putting off. We'll see. But I'm just looking forward to making some actual crafts and videos again and kits and getting back really into satellites and being able to do stuff around the house when it's not 100 degrees outside. So
yeah, I'm really waiting for the weather to kind of tame itself a little bit here because I really want to get back out in the parks. I'm just not doing it when it's 100 degrees outside.
You can buy moonshine pickles.
Yeah.
That scares me. I like pickles. Y'all are gonna ruin pickles for me now. But yeah, great stuff coming along, especially when I get the shack build going, and that's something I want to have done by the end of the year. Shoot, man, I got antenna switches. I have polyphase adapters around. I have a bunch of adapters. I have a box of MMP stuff, which is a crying shame that it's been sitting on that floor for a year now. A whole box.
Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan for how you're going to map out your shack? Where you're going to
I measured everything. I've done streams where I've selected what cables I need. Here's a long. This is Safari MMP cables. It lasts as well in the direct sunlight, and that's why I got this one. This was one for UHF VHF, and that's why it's so thick. It's going to be the one running into the top of my house. These cables are amazing, and I can't wait to do more videos about the connectors. I can't stop ranting and raving on them. Is there a Ask Frank Anything episode? This is the Ask Frank Anything episode. You have 2 minutes. Type your question out real fast. A Bloody Mary ingredients? What is he at? Wild, are you asking what Bloody Mary ingredients are? Because there's tomatoes and vodka. That's all I know. Scott, man,
Yes.
uh, go ahead and tell us what's going on your channel and anything else you want to give us a shout and do your normal outro thing.
Oh, all right, no problem. Well, if you haven't seen it already, I did a video this week. I bought a new truck, and I did my FTM 400 XDR installation. Showed you how I chose where the antenna was going to be mounted, how I chose to run all the wires inside, and the slew of swear words that ensued when I cut my hand on the inside of my vehicle. But yeah, I got a video out there, and I think I did really good with it. I got a couple little things got to kind of go back and patch up and redo. But go check out that video. You can find me on Odyssey. You can find me on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I'm pretty much everywhere. Or you can just Google my name and boom, I pop up. But that's pretty much all I got. I got some couple new videos coming out this week, and we'll see how it all works out, and we'll get going from there.
Awesome, man. Thank you for co-hosting again. I really do appreciate it. And
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to everything coming along, especially about your truck. I'm very interested in that because I would like to get a 4x4 next year.
It's pretty cool.
Yep. Gray Man Poda is asking, who let the dogs out? I don't know, but once you find out, tell Jason because he is going to be crazy because he has all those dogs. I saw your puppy before the stream.
Yep. One of them.
Yeah. Big.
She's a ferocious one.
I love them. And I am Take Radio. What is going on, y'all? Thank you for swinging by and hanging out with us. Coming up next is Jason's stream. I don't know what we're talking about, but I will be over there. If someone drops the link, I'll go ahead and pin it to the chat. No Wild Ham here. I will not get a truck. I don't want a truck. No trucks. To all my Patreons out there and YouTube channel supporters, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And to everyone else, go forth and conquer. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
A quick shout out to all my Patreons who makes the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Take Radio.